So example 62 we solve today. I'll read that. There are 7 PU, 3 degree and 2 PG students in a training camp. What is the probability of selecting a team of 4 leaders, 2 for PU, 1 from degree and 1 from PG? So here in the training camp, there are 7 PU students and 3 degree students and 2 post-graduation students. So now the organizer are making a team of 4 leaders. So what is the probability here? So the team should contain 4 team should contain 4 students. In that 4 students, 2 are from PU students and 1 from degree and 1 from PG. So what is the probability here? That team should contain these members in these ratio. So here it's a simple question. So selecting 1 student from each. Okay. So here 2 PU and 1 degree and 1 PG students. So and each one of them will be there. PU student will be there and degree student also will be there and post graduation student also will be there. So it's a purely multiplication theorem and all events are here independent. So selecting a PU student, 2 students. Okay. So only we are selecting 2 students from PU. So that doesn't affect the selecting of 1 student from degree and 1 student from PG. And selection of 1 student from degree, it will not affect the selecting of 1 student from post graduation and 2 students from PG. So here, so team probability of selecting 2 PU students is equal to, so total how many PU students are there? 7 students. So 7 C2 selecting 2 students from 7 students is in the 7 C2 ways we can select PU students here. So probability of selecting PU students will be 7 C2 divided by total how many students are there? 7 PU, 3 degree, 10 plus 2 post graduation. So total 12 students are there. So here instead of taking here, directly we'll solve that problem. So 7 C2 ways. Okay. Now selecting 1 degree students. 1 degree student in total how many degree students are there? 3 degree students. We are selecting 1 student. So that can be selected in 3C1 way. So 3C1 is nothing but 3. Now selecting 1 post graduation student is total 2 post graduation students are there, so that can be selected in 2C1 way. That is 2 ways. In 2 ways we can either we can select first PG student or we can select second PG student. So in 2 ways we can select those. So 7C2. So 7C2, 7 into 6 into 5 factorial divided by 2 into 1 into 7 minus 2 is 5 factorial. So 5 factorial get cancelled here. So 2 ones are 2, 3s are 6, 7 3s are 21. That is in 21 ways we can select PU students. So now the probability of selecting 4 students, so which contains the students in these ratio 2, 1, 1. So probability of 2 PU, 1 degree and 1 PG student is equal to, so that contains 7C2 into 3C1 into 2C1 divided by So total 4 students we are selecting out of 12 students. So exhaustive cases is, or in 12C4 ways we can select 4 students here. So 12C4, 12 into 11 into 10 into 9 into 8 factorial divided by 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 into 12 minus 4 is 8, 8 factorial. So 8 factorial got cancelled. 4 ones are 4 threes are 12, 3 ones are 3 ones are cancelled. So 2 ones are 2 fives are 10. So 11 into 5, 55. 55 into 9. Okay. So that is 11 into 5, 55 into 9, that is 495. So here 495. In 495 ways we can select 4 students here. Now this 7C2 is 21 into 3C1 is 3 into 2C1 is 2. So 21 into 3 into 2, that is 126 divided by 495. So if you reduce that, 126 divided by 495 is equal to 0.2545. So probability of selecting or forming a team which contains 4 PU students, 1 degree student and 1 post-graduation student is 0.2545. Question number 21 from exercise problems. In a college, there are 5 lady lecturers. Among them, 3 are doctorates. If a committee consisting of 3 of them is formed, what is the probability that at least 2 are doctors? So here it is one of the important question. In the college, total 5 female lecturers are there. Among those 5 female lecturers, 3 are doctorate holder, PhD holder. Now college is making a committee of 3 lecturers. So what is the probability that the team of 3 lecturers includes at least 3 doctors here? That means doctorate, PhD holders. So at least 3. At least 3 means, in mathematical term, it is nothing but 3. Sorry, at least 2 they mentioned. At least 2 means 2 or more. Or we can write symbolically, it's greater than or equal to 2. So greater than or equal to 2 or 2 or more means up to how many we can go here. So when we are selecting or forming a team of only 3 lecturers, so here more than 2 means either 2 or 3. The team must contain either 2 or 3 female doctorate holders in that team. So that means here simple question that 2 or 3, that greater than or equal to 2 is nothing but here what? 2 or 3. That is probability of 2 lecturers plus probability of 3 lecturers. Probability of 2 lecturers or probability of 3 lecturers. Now what is the probability of selecting 2 female lecturers? So there are 5 lecturers. Out of 5 lecturers here, 3 are doctorates. So probability of selecting 2 doctorates is here 3C2 divided by 5C2. So in 3C2 ways we can select 2 female doctors here And in 5C2 way, we can select 2 lecturers. Exhaustive case. Now, that is 3C2 is nothing but 3 into 2 into 1 divided by 2 into 1 into 3 minus 2 is 1. So 2 get cancelled. What is left here? 3. So 3C2 is 3 divided by 5C2. So 5C2, 5 into 4 into 3 factorial divided by 2 factorial. 2 into 1 into 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 factorial. So 3 factorial get cancelled. 2 ones are 2 twos are. So 5 twos are 10. So 3 divided by 10. Selecting 2 female doctors in that team is 3 by 10. So in 3 by 10, probability of selecting 2 doctors is 3 by 10. Now probability of selecting 3 doctors. Probability of selecting 3 female doctors. So that is 3C3 divided by 5C3. So here 3C3. 3C3 is 1. 3C3 is 1 divided by 5C3 is 10. So probability of selecting 2 female lecturers is 3 by 10 and probability of selecting 3 female doctoral lecturers is 1 by 10. Now the question is at least 2. At least 2 means 2 or more. So here that is nothing but P of 2 or more, or x greater than or equal to 2 is equal to P of 2 plus P of 3. That is nothing but 3 by 10 plus 1 by 10. So that is the denominator is 10 for both. So directly we add here. So 3 plus 1, 4. 4 by 10. So selecting at least 2 doctors in that a committee of 3 is 4 by 10. 32nd question. Just I will give you the hint. You people solve that problem. Okay. So I'll read that question. 2 fair dice are rolled. Find the probability that. First question. Both the dice show number 5. So first question here. Both the dice show number 5. So both the dice show number 5 means here event A is equal to 5, 5. So 5, 5, that means favorable cases to this event is only 1. So M is equal to 1 here. So what is the exhaustive cases? When we toss 2 coins, so here N is 2 and number of outcomes. Number of outcomes when we toss one die. Sorry, when we throw one die. When we throw one die, we get total 6 outcomes here. Number 1 to 6. So when we are throwing 2 dice here, so that means the outcomes raised to n. That is 6 raised to 2. So here exhaustive cases. Exhaustive cases is equal to 6 raised to 2. That is 36. So the probability of event A is 1 by 36. Okay. Now hint to second question. So what is second question here? The sum of numbers is 7 or 11. So both die. Here both die faced 5 number up. So 5 plus 5 is 10. Now the question is the sum of those faces here is 5 or 11. So total how many such outcomes we get here? So first we'll move to 5. So what are the faces if turns up? After adding both the faces, we get number 5 here, total 5. So that is sum of both dice is 5 or 11. So event B we name it as a or 5 or 11. That is, so when first die faced number 1 up. So if second die shows what result we get for total 5 here. 1 first die, second die must show what here? Number 4. Then we get total 5. 1, 5. So if first die shows 1, if what other number comes, so here 4, sorry, 1 and 4. 1 and 4 we get total 5. So there is no other chances here to get total 5. Then move to second one. That is, if a first die shows number 2. So if what number comes, we get total 5. That is 3. 2 plus 3, 5. So here 2, 3. There is no other chance here again. So when first die shows number 3. So if a second die shows number 2, then we get total 5. So that is 3, 2. And next, if a first die shows number 4, second must show number 1 here. 4, 1. Okay. Then what else we get here? So 4 cases we got. Next cases, that is the number 11. So what all the faces turns up, we get a total 11 here. So to get the total 11, 6 and 5, 5 and 6. Only 2 chances. That is 5, 6, 6 and 5. So total how many favorable cases are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So M is equal to 6. So probability of getting sum of both dice is 5 or 11 is 6 divided by 36. Now we'll move to third question. The sum is divisible by 3. So divisible by 3 means 3, 6, 9 and 12. So maximum 12 we can expect here because the highest face value is 6. So if both dice turns up 6, then we get total 12. So up to 12. So 4 chances are there: 3, 6, 9 and 12. So which all outcomes will give you total 3 or 6 or 9 or 12? So 12 will be given by only one option, that is 6 and 6. Both the faces, both dice terms up 6. So now 3, how many chances are there? So if first die turns up 1, so 1 and 2, we get total 3. Then 1 and 5, we get a total 6. So in each, we get 2 outcomes here. 1 and 3, sorry, 1 and 2, 1 and 5. If first die turns up number 2, then 2, 1, 3, 2 plus 4, 6. 2, 6, 8. We don't get. Finish. Next 3. In the 3 plus 3, 6 we get. 3 plus 6, 9 we get. Both are divisible by 9. Okay. Next, first die turns up 4. 4 and 2. Okay. And 4 plus 2, 6. So here I think only one case we get. 4 plus 6, 10. 4 plus 5 is there. 4 plus 2 and 4 plus 5. 4 plus 5, we get 9. And when first die turns up on number 5. 5 plus 1, 6. 5 plus 4, 9. And last 6, number 6. First, if first die turns up 6, then 6 plus 3, 9. 6 plus 6, 12. So total here in each case, we get 2. So 6 into 2, 12 outcomes we get. So 12 divided by 36. Okay, I think I hope you people will solve this. I am not showing it here on board. And the last question is product of the numbers obtained is 36. So product of the both number is 36. Product means what here? Multiplication. So 36. If a product should be 36 means both dice terms of number 6. 6 into 6, 36. There is no other option. So the probability of last event is 1 divided by 36. Question number 33. A bag has 5 red and 4 blue marbles. So first bag has 5 red and 4 blue marbles. And another bag has 3 red and 7 blue marbles. So second bag has 3 red and 7 blue marbles. Now, a ball is drawn from the first bag and is placed in the second. So, one ball is drawn from the first bag and it is placed in second bag. Okay. Now, the question, then a ball is drawn from the second bag. So, after replacing a ball from first bag to second bag, they are drawing or taking another ball from one more ball from second bag. So finally we are getting only one ball, not two balls. Okay. So what is the probability that drawn ball is red? Okay. So once again I will explain. One ball is drawn from the first bag and it is placed in second bag. And one more ball is drawing from second bag. So probability of it is a red ball. So in how many ways we can get red balls here? So first we have to get a probability of selecting first ball from the a marble from the first bag. So in how many ways we can get here? So here again, if only one ball is there, then probability is easy. But here two different color balls are there. So picking a ball or marble randomly from the first bag and putting it in second bag. So here when two different colors are there, it may be red or it may be blue. If the result is red, then probability of getting red marble from the second bag will different. If the probability of getting red ball from the second bag, if first bag we have withdrawn blue marble, then probability will be different. So now here probability of getting red marble from second bag after placing a marble from first bag. So let us here let A be an event of red marble from first bag and let B be an event of blue marble from again first bag. Now, so two chances are there here. One may be red ball we can put in the second bag, or maybe blue ball the marble we can put in the second bag. So next, if we have put red marble from the first bag, so then red ball marble from the first bag and again red ball marble from the second bag. So that is let red, after placing red marble from the, so that is RA I have taken. So RA be an event of selecting red marble from second bag, assuming that first marble the marble from first bag placed in second bag is red. Okay, then let R be an event of selecting. Okay, so again red marble from second bag after placing blue marble. So instead of here A and B, if we let us take, so let R be an event of selecting a red marble from the first bag, and let B be blue marble from the first bag. Then here R. So that means from the first bag we have taken red marble, and again from the second bag red marble. So RB, blue marble from the first bag, then red marble from the second bag. Okay, so event R, probability of R is equal to selecting a red marble, one red marble out of 5 red marble. That is in 5 C1 ways we can select here out of 9 marbles. That is 9 C1 is equal to 5 divided by 9. Now probability of selecting blue marble, so that is P of B is equal to, so 4 blue marbles are there, in we are selecting one, so that is in 4C1 divided by 9C1, that is 4 divided by 9. Now selecting a red marble from the second bag, after that probability of R. So assuming that first marble is red and again second marble is red, so that is probability of R into so probability of R into probability of selecting red marble from the second bag. So when we selected the red marble, remember here in first bag 5 red marbles are there, and in second bag 3 red marbles are there. So at present in first bag there are 10 marbles. If you put one marble from the first bag into second bag, so the total will become 11. Okay, total will become 11. Now here, assuming that from first bag we have placed red marble, means 4 red plus 7 blue, total 11 marbles we get here, not 3. Okay, so here selecting red marble is in 4C1 divided by 11C1, that is probability of selecting red marble from first bag is 5 by 9 into 4C1 is 4 divided by 11C1 is 11, that is, let us keep it like that only at present. Now probability of selecting red marble after selecting blue marble from the first bag, so that is, now in this case, now we have assumed that from the first bag blue marble is selected and it is placed in second bag, so that means again total marbles will be 11 here. Red will remain 3 marbles only, but blue marble will increase by 1, that is 8 blue marbles. So probability of selecting red marble after placing blue marble from the first bag is, so probability of blue marble into red are 3 now, 3C1 divided by 11C1, that is probability of blue marble is 4 by 9 into 3C1 is 3 divided by 11C1 is 11. Now the final question, probability of getting a red marble from the second bag after placing a marble from the first bag is, so probability of red marble is equal to, so probability of RR into probability of B. So P of RR plus probability of RB, that is 5 by 9 plus, sorry, into 4 by 11 plus 4 by 9 into 3 by 11. That is nothing but 5 into 4, 20. 20 divided by 99 plus 4 into 3, 12 divided by 99. Finally, we get 20, 99, 99. Denominator is the same here. So 20 plus 12, 32 divided by 99. So probability of getting red marble from the second bag after placing a marble from the first bag is 32 divided by 99.